Hey guys, welcome back to Buildz. Here today we're obviously continuing on with part 3 of this townhouse Let's Build. A few small little changes have been made in the process and has really just lengthening out everything, you know, getting all them details complete, which we didn't complete in part 1. So I've now finished the build just by extending it. I've not done anything that's not been shown on camera. So all the floors have just been filled, because why would you want to watch me do that, right? And yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Another thing was I extended the side panels just over here simply because they looked a bit ridiculous with the car, you know, just poking out. And Quartus, the server owner, has made me a little driveway out onto the streets. I like it how this townhouse is like a huge plot and like a driveway, and then you have all the other like random townhouses just like that, you know. This thing is looking pretty badass, I have to say. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a lot of room layouts. We're also going to be getting that back panel of this build complete because it needs to be. And then, you know, some interesting things are going to be happening. So what I'm going to do here for you guys is obviously put down some glowstone, because you know what, it's barely visible in this place at the moment. So that needs to change. This isn't permanent, guys, this is just literally so we can get it done. So what are we going to have? Simplistic. I fancy a change from constantly using that. Let's go with some black stained glass paints. And let's say we come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 from the back. Let's come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these. Let's just delete that. And there's going to be a 1, 2, 3, 4 gap in the middle, and this is going to be our stairs. Alright, now what you're going to want to do is get out some quartz stairs, like this. And we're just going to have a pretty cool little staircase coming up. I learned this little trick actually by making supports, but it turns out it makes a pretty badass staircase. So I'm going to be using this design for that. Whether we need to move it back one or whether it works like this, I have no idea. So let's just drop down one. Probably going to delete from these blocks. You know what, that actually works perfectly. Wow, that was pretty spot on. So then what we're going to use here, we're going to just use some more stairs. Actually no, let's use some quartz slabs so it doesn't look like, you know, the stairs hit the wall, because that would look a bit weird. So you've got it here where you can just perfectly walk out. Now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be extending up these black stained glass panes all the way to the ceiling height. This just creates this kind of like blacked off sectioned effect, which I personally think looks pretty smart. We're not going to be doing interior, guys, we're just doing room features such as, you know, dividing rooms, laying out rooms, and, you know, finishing off them exterior building details. Of course we're going to do the exterior maybe in the next part, depends how process like goes of this video, you know, whether like what we get done, but you know, we can have some really cool stuff done. Also, I think what we need to do is get out some beacons. Lighting is going to be a problem in this place in some areas, so getting some beacons out here should help just, you know, emit a little bit of light. We can also get a little bit of water out, so let's just get some water, cool base material that you're going to want underneath. Let's just have a look for one. What can we use down here? Cracked stone would look quite nice. Cobblestone could also work. I'm giving you guys variations because you all will have different opinions on what you want to use for this build, and some of you people are just going to go, of course, what I go with. You know, it's all personal opinion. So what we're going to do here is we're going to jump down one level like so. Come on, you can do it. There we go. And we're just going to place these down here. We're going to do exactly the same on the other side, so it should be exactly identical on both sides, symmetrical. And then we're going to get out some stone slabs to block off them random side gaps that we have going on around the side there. So what you're going to want to do is just place them up to the top, just like that. The beacon is going to be there, I'm sorry about that, guys. Just going to be like that. Alright, so that's going to stay like that, and you know what, that looks pretty cool like that. And we're we're just going to do exactly the same. Like I said guys, it is all symmetrical. You don't need to do the corners because the front and the sides will cover it off. And I think this is going to be a pretty neat feature to the house. I want to keep things pretty open plan though, because we don't have a gigantic area to build in. We have a very long area to build in, it's just not very wide because, you know, townhouses in real life tend to be quite tall. And look at that. That's pretty nice, I have to say. So we have to come up with that little detail that just, you know, gives it that look. So we could just go like this. Put them like there, for example. You know, it's just going to give it that designerish edge to what we are looking for. Just come back one, just put one there. It just does something that is needed. Can't explain it, it just helps. So we have our little room there. We have also, guys, we have a toilet area in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm obviously going to put another torch in here, not permanent, just so you can see what's happening, because when black stained clay is filled around with, you know, random materials, it's barely visible to see anything at all. So we're going to put a quartz slab here, just like so, and that's just going to pop right there. Then we're going to put down a pressure plate. I think a wooden one will look pretty neat. And this is obviously going to be your toilet, like your toilet seat. Then what we're going to do is we're going to, should we divide it off here? Have a wall divider right there. Actually, why don't we delete you and get a fence, like so, and get a cobblestone wall. Not actually, yeah, there we go. And we just go like that. And you know, it's just a little wall divider. I haven't actually seen that design before, so you know that's cool for me as well. I like to keep things original if I can in builds, but then yet again, it's hard to keep things original when so many people are bringing out so cool designs all the time. We're just gonna have a simple lever here, just like so. Why don't we put it pretty high up like that? Not on the very top one. I actually think it should look cooler there. It adds a little bit more detail again. Pressure plate. Can we use? What should we use for this one? Actually, use a sign here. I think would look quite nice. And we're just hold down the equal sign, and we're just putting some like draw indicators, just like that. So we'll do exactly the same here. 1, 2, there we go. And that's just your, like, you know, this is your sink. It's kind of flat top, so water might spill if you're thinking realistically, but it should generally be alright. I think what we should do here is put a door on. You know, you're going to have the door on this, even though I want to keep it open planned. There's going to have to be a door on the toilet, of course. Just going to keep it like that and fill that up as well. Pretty blacked out area, so you walk in, you know, you got your stairs, you got your toilet. We're gonna have a little, I imagine we'll have like a little place where you can store things. This could be a living area, but I probably think it should be, no, actually, yeah, this should be a living area, because you want your living room and your kitchen like on the same floor, so we can have living room and kitchen. So you know what, I'm gonna border this off and make it look a little bit more sleek, because where we've done so many exterior details, it has affected the interior a little bit in ways. That looks pretty cool actually, I'm liking that. You may be thinking, why is this floor so humongous? And I think we're going to have a few adjustments to certain things. So in the front here, I think this would be a cool dining place, but like I said, you know, open theme flowing, that's what we're going to have here as well. So from this block here, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 away, you are going to want to put in some wall dividers. Yeah, I think 3 should be enough, leave them with a space in between as well. I've seen a lot of people putting wall dividers directly next to each other, which can make them look a little bit cramped, and yeah, it doesn't always look the best. So if you just leave a 1 gap in between, you know, if you leave 2 gaps in, may as well not be any wall dividers, because it's just going to look ridiculous. But if you have them like this, it's going to look pretty nice. Hopefully this is in off by 1, so we're going to have some ceiling adjustments like I said, guys. These eventually will just connect up to the top. Let me just check these online. Alright, okay. So there your wall dividers, looking very cool. So we agreed, right, dining area, maybe kitchen area. One thing we need though is a big window there. Of course, lighting is a little bit of a problem in this place. I said I'm not doing interior, and I'm going to stick to my word on that decision. So we're not having interior in this place. What we are going to have to do though is go outside and do a little bit more exterior work, because you know that back side of the building is not finished yet and does need a lot of work because it's just one big plain wall at the moment. So what I think we should do is we should have a look around at the other side. So let's get everything in line so you guys stay happy. And everything just looks cool. This is kind of looking a little bit funky at the moment, but you know, we have time to change all the time. I reckon we should have one big window like that, maybe drop down 3. What about we have some sort of cool detail going on over here? I don't know, windows can be a very big challenge for me sometimes, because you know, sometimes it looks ridiculous. I don't know, maybe having something like that would look cool, but then of course you're going to want it in line. Looks kind of cool. We've got to do a lot more shaping around here as well. So what we're going to do on the back is we're going to put some normal glass. Like I said guys, we need lighting. Stained glass can look cool on some shaders mods. Without shaders mods, I don't think you're going to have much of a problem. Lighting is a very, you know, good thing on default. But with shaders mods, when you want that good lighting, you need, you know, you need a lot of windows. In fact, what we could have here is we could have some levers. Keep you. Have these up like that. Does that work? You know, you could have like a sliding window. Well, that's kind of cool. And I think we should also put a little bit of carpet on top, because if you have it look at glass from the top, sometimes it can look really crappy. Yeah, like that for example. You just put a little bit of carpet on the top, you know, it gives it a more sleek look. What do we think? Yeah, this is definitely going to be an interesting project. How I managed to pull this off, I yet do not know, but obviously it's going to happen, because otherwise I'm going to look like a bit of an idiot. So this is going to happen. I don't know how yet, but it will. I'm telling you that now. So we're going to come up with some, I'm just going to use the classic S shape. I don't always like using it. Well, the C shape really, but it helps solve problems. Then, actually, why don't we just come across like this? We're just adding in some like details, guys, to make it look a little bit less, you know, 2D. So we can include something like that. Classic C shape. I think I said S shape earlier. I was like, what the hell? And then we drop down another level, and we have a symmetrical design just to keep the shapes flowing nicely. So we jump down about, what do we say, 3? Yeah, there we go. And we'll have a similar design or something like that. I don't know, guys. We're gonna, like I said at the start, it's gonna be a trial and error build. Definitely. 1, 2, 3. Oops, 4, 5, 6, 7 in height. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. I did the last block for me there. Yeah, so this is going to be a trial and error build. There's a lot of things that can easily go wrong on this build, so that's why we've got to be careful with details and stuff. Oh, and you work like a babe, so we're not going to be having any problems. Also going to let in a nice amount of lighting. You know what, I think this thing will look kind of cool. It's going to be a pretty, you know, expensive townhouse if you're thinking realistically again. And we're just going to have this area like this, you know. I'm not sure on that top detail now. I think we can come up with a sleeker design in my opinion. What do we think? Yeah, I'm liking that. That's cool looking. But this thing needs to be a little bit more sleek. I think the glass is the thing that's giving it away. Alright, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna remove these two thingies. Then we're going to come up with some kind of design, which I'm not aware of at the moment. Well, that's kind of cool looking. Oh yes, that's what we can do. thanks to snow and its sleek look, what we can do over here is we can put out one more. You're not going to need a huge amount of like slimness inside this. A lot of people, you know, they make all their slips really slim, but since it's going to be so high up, if you're going to see it from the ground, thinking again realistically, this will look very thin. Especially, guys, I play on a 29-inch monitor, which is a widescreen, and if this is going to look small for me, most of you guys are probably using laptops, right? It's going to look even slimmer for the average user, so let's have a look at that. See, that is awesome. I'm loving it. Okay, so now we have all of that. Lighting is going to be very much improved. I feel like we need to add in some grey stained clay. Lighter one, and darker one actually. And we'll just come up with a few little details of some kind. I don't know, let's just dab about a little bit. Maybe here we just place 2. You know, I see stuff like this on builds all the time, and it just adds a little bit of detail. I'm not sure on them 2 ones, but I definitely want to include some kind of like awesome little feature of like feature color into this build to, you know, separate the pure snowy white look. Let's flow in. So guys, this is definitely going to be a huge section of this build is going to be about trial and error. So there's not going to be as much progress done in the next few episodes, I imagine, as before, but it's going to make the build, it's going to be the part of the video that makes the build just look badass. So again, we're probably going to need to go ahead with some standard glass, just to let in a little bit of light through the back, and of course so it matches all the other colour of the windows. So that lets in a nice little bit of ventilation, and also a nice little bit of lighting. As we come in now, we look through, you know, it looks kind of like warming, you know, house warming. But way more light in here, it looks more open plan, it actually makes the build look bigger. In fact, we've got these big windows which flow through. Again, they let in a nice amount of light. We're going to have some windows on the side here, but you know, I don't know what that's going to be for you. Why don't we finish this off by putting some, continuing this staircase design so it's flowing through the build. So I think what we should have is we should have some quartz stairs. And just have it continuing up here with the next layer, of course. So we're going to probably have to take it up to about here. Then what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to extend this to the wall, like so. And then what you're going to want to do is then place it up so like this. A little bit complex here, you know, we'll get around it. And this is good. Ooh, I like that detail, that's pretty cool actually. So how many is that? 1, 2, 3. We're gonna 1, 2. And I'm gonna try and do something a little bit creative here. 3. Okay guys, so now what we're gonna do is, this is gonna be like a modern spiral staircase. That is the look we're going for. So you have that, you have that. So in total that should actually be another 2 slabs. That was freaky. Is someone trolling me, or was that just me, guys? A random cake has just appeared. I reckon someone's trolling me. That was honestly weird. What the hell? A random cake has just appeared in my Let's Build. That was weird. Oh well. So again, we're going to continue this kind of like weird thing that was just something that happened and is now actually a building feature. So I'm very pleased with that. Again, we're going to continue these humongous stairs. So that is 1, 2, 3. You know what that means? We now switch. We go 1, 2. Then we go like that, and then hopefully everything's going to be cool. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go up to here, go up, and bam, there you've got your new level. So I'm going to go 1, 2. Just going to finish on the final level, where I imagine we're going to have bedrooms, you know, we might have a little sitting area, you know, whatever we need, guys, just to make this build look creative and cool. Let's check out this staircase. Is it a work of art or is it a complete failure? Personally, I think that's absolutely awesome. Jesus, just look at that. Come on, that's pretty cool. So actually, what we can do here is we can get out some iron. I saw this from a friend and a builder I know called the Pearly Bum, and he's featured on World of Corrales so much. Like Corrales' inspiration series, just because his builds are their next gen builds. They're just, when he releases something, and another builder like me sees it, we just have our our drawers, just our mouths open for about the next 3 minutes. Even when the video's open, you're still in shock of what you've just seen, because he thinks of like at least like 10 ideas that people haven't even thought of, and that is just one. Right there, guys. Iron supports, which supposedly support the staircase. I know it's not that easy to see, and that's just one of the things that he came up with. I think that's beautiful, and using it as my own inspiration and build, I'm sure I'd be happy about when I tell him about that. Just amazing. But we're gonna keep everything pretty open plan, so let's fly up to this area now and let's sort out where we want our rooms. So do we need you? Yes we do, so we're gonna section that little area off. Need you? No, we don't really need you, do we? Let's section that part off. This is just where we've done a lot of exterior details, and you know, it's created a little bit of an impact on the inside. I'm loving that slit. Look at that, guys. Awesome. So we can have a bedroom and an ensuite. I'm feeling should go here. So I'm gonna come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Going to be a humongous bedroom, that has to be said. Alright, so we're going to have our bedroom in this part, our ensuite in this part. Let's just, so you can sort of get an idea. Actually, let's make it a little bit more interesting, right? Because it's very plain. We don't want everything rectangular. Let's make it more interesting. There you go. That's a more reasonable sized bedroom. Got a big ensuite there, and how about we say, I want to make this a 2-bedroom place. I mean, it's a huge old place. You're not going to want a huge old place like this with 1 bedroom. That's a little bit, you know, unrealistic. So maybe we'll have, I don't know, we'll have another bedroom in here, but I'm feeling the door should go in there. And then over here we can have like a seating area, whatever. You know, we can have a few chairs. You've got a beautiful window with yet to become great views, and I'm saying that because these will become great views. This is CubeCraft, guys. Honestly, if I just show you what is outside of here, is probably one of the best roads I've ever seen on Minecraft. Look at that skyscraper. I mean, when have you seen a skyscraper on Minecraft even look like that? And we have some sort of awesome thing over there. I actually don't know what that is. I should probably go find that out. But that's just for example, guys. This is CubeCraft, and some of the stuff on this server just mind blows me. It's not World of Corrales, it's CubeCraft, because I know I'm probably going to get a lot of people thinking that it is World of Corrales, and I want to point out to them people, this is not WOC, this is a new Uprising server, which is probably one of, if WOC has competition, it would be hard to believe if it does, this would be its competition. Let's just rise this up one more, and I want to create something interesting here. What about if we continue the slit feature for a little bit more? I mean, you're enclosed in a bedroom. The privacy, you know, it's not as needed because, you know, you're already in your own room. There's Buildz outside. He might be the one that trolled me earlier. Because I randomly saw a cake appear on my staircase. I was just like, what the hell is that? That's pretty cool, actually. I think what we should do is we should use some slabs. I'm going to get some world edit here. I'm going to get the, guys, give me some world edit, and I'm going to change this into a very thin layer of snow. But for now, let's just put some carpet over the top just to cover that ugly, tiley quartz look. And make it, you know, because it ruins the sleekness of the build. There we go. It just makes it look a little bit more sleek because when you mix two materials, like quartz for some reason looks yellow, and I might actually go into Flows HD and go change like all the contrast and everything and change it to what it should look like, which in my opinion is like a snowy, not snowy white, but like a pure tile white, because it's like a yellowy white, which is, you know, it's nowhere near as cool as it should be. I mean, quartz used to be, you know, it used to be the jam, it used to be the modern material of every server, and you know, when snow came out, well, when snow was like used more and more, then you know, everyone went stuff quartz on using snow because it's so much more sleek. And then we use that little detail, and then we just bring this over into here, and then, oh yeah, okay. What we're going to need to do, guys, is we're going to need to come across, find out where we should be building this. Okay. So on this block here, what you're going to want to do is come up to the top and just create a little detail like that. It will actually look a little bit cooler inside, and it will allow you to do something amazing, which is place the snow over that. Overlapping, how does that work? Pretty beautifully. At the moment it kind of does look a little bit like a prison. Don't worry about that, that is going to be fixed very shortly. Again, this will not remain as quartz slabs, this is going to be changed to snow eventually. If you have World Edit, you know, do it already. Quartz slabs is going to give you this yellowy look, which is far less sleek. So now what I'm going to be doing is just covering it with some carpet. Alright. Okay, there we go. Let's have a look. So it looks a little bit like a prison cell at the moment, just because of this little detail here. I'm like, what the hell are you doing now? I think what we need to do is we need to extend this iron bar up more to make it look more like a support than a jail cell, because we can't have it at the bottom. Because if we have it at the bottom, you know, privacy would be absolutely nothing, and I know I have a lot of people that roleplay and they'll be like, what the hell, you know, that's not working. I want to keep this detail, but I'm not sure if it works anymore. Let's just try one. I think that works now. We just had to fix it up a little bit. The bedroom, I think we should just have it like that. And just have it like that. No doorway, because you know you're on the 3rd level. We're going to respect and say that you have more privacy needed. Of course, we're not doing interior this episode, like I said, guys. Doesn't need to be done. In fact, you know what? Let's stitch these walls. We don't need you. We're going to have some wall dividers in to let that free flowing light just pass through. So now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be getting out some fences. We're going to be getting out some cobblestone walls, and we're going to be making that cool sort of, you know. Whoops, spelled cobblestone wrong. Must be on the spastic. Which come to. Yeah, we're gonna just let that natural light flow. Just come straight through it. Please tell me you connect, or we might have to make some changes. Oh crap. So guys, that just happened. And I just realized why I've just done that. No problems. So I'm going to get that fixed in a minute. Basically guys, I hit the world edited chunks. I thought they were full block snow. I was just like, oh no, I'll be fine. Oh crap, no, that's world edit. Yeah, that happens sometimes. World edit is very delicate, and I have learned that a lot of times the difficult way, which I've just learned it. And again, okay. So let's just remake one of these. I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to get Mr. Quatus. Who also you would have seen on Walk a lot for his vehicles. He made that cool space station thing a little while ago, which was absolutely badass. Gotta give it to him on that. I'm gonna just get him to give me some word on this, and then, you know, problems will be evaded. Meet you guys back in a second. I gotta fix some stuff. So guys, the problem has been evaded. And yeah, thanks to the amazing response of the server. I mean, literally, if you muck up a word edit or something, or you have a problem, these people are very responsive, so that's awesome. So, that's awesome. Let's just come upstairs now, and we can continue building up that little problem. You know what, a quicker way than walking up every individual stair would be to fly, so that's what we are gonna do. Alright, so we got our wall dividers. This is going to be like maybe a bedroom. I really want a kind of sitting lounge here because the landscape, you know, it's not complete yet, but it is looking pretty beautiful. And what it's going to look like soon is going to be absolutely gorgeous. You know, we got our bedroom and ensuite. We've got, you know, we could go loads of rooms planned. So this has been the room planning thing. Sorry for the language. You know what, it is fine, man. No one cares. He's the cake guy, so he just apologized for the language because I think someone commented in my last video. It's absolutely fine. So I want to say thank you so much for watching. Please do leave a like. I really do appreciate it. And go subscribe if you are excited to see part 4. You know, favorite it and share it. That's not been happening much recently, and it actually turns out it really does help. So if you could do that as well, that would be great. I'll see you in my next video tomorrow, guys. And yeah, see you there. Stay creative and stay awesome.